Guys, I gotta make this video documentation for my own protection. It's 7:02, and for years I've been tracking somebody who's hacked my phone, and I've been afraid to actually be online because I've known all this time that the same person who was calling behind to my friends and family and bosses because they were telling me and smudging my name and doing this and that, guys, it's horrible. This person's super evil, okay? She finally popped back up and into the picture this last week, 2 weeks ago, while I'm trying to tell my story. All I'm trying to do is live and survive after being completely smashed down. And here they are again, exerting their only means of defense from the truth. And I just got hunted down at my work and served an injunction, like a protection order, which I thought was already in place and must have been dropped since I was being contacted, okay, by Brittany under a different name than she used to be, and with her new husband, who's a staff sergeant in the military. So this person contacts me, calls me out, tries to say I'm in the wrong and I'm a liar and this and that, starts to make a channel and monetize off of the slander and deprivation of character, off of untrue, unproven facts. Untrue, unproven, untried facts. Not even on the record. What she's saying happened is even on the record, on the charges, and on the paperwork. So, her and her dad, who's a biker, and her neighbor and friend, who's an FBI agent, who she lured me into renting a home from, where there was an attempt on my life, has been gang stalking me and asserting their power and abusing their power for a long time. Not to mention, I've had multiple devices hacked and accounts hacked over the years, and I've been keeping constant track of that the whole time. Of course, I haven't contacted my ex-girlfriend nor her family ever, because of what they put me through. I was attacked, and I have a traumatic brain injury from these people. I was suing her father and suing a hospital, and when I told her after her promiscuity and drug use that I didn't want to be with her anymore, I wanted a different way and different path of life and was going this way, and told her. I'm the one who told her, I think you should go to a women's shelter. You know? Go be on your own, find a new man, this and that. That is what happened and stemmed from everything. She had called a woman's shelter and they said, we can't take you in. This is for abused women and or children. You know, we're here for women who are victims of domestic violence. So that's when Brittany decided to admit to me that she had sucked a bum's dick for drugs in our tent and cheated on me because my dick was smaller. And I accidentally snapped and slapped her. And not hard, much like a sissy. She delivered 2 punches and ended up on my chest. That's the truth. And at which point, the police had come out because someone had heard us arguing and her whipping me. And there was no red marks on Brittany's face. She was fine. Not even from that slap. She didn't say anything to the police. We told them what had happened and talked for a minute, and they left. We made love, and then I woke up in the middle of the night with my pants missing and went looking for Brittany, and the cars moved half of the parking lot of the state little park we were at. The windows kicked out with glass shattered on the outside, not in, which means it was kicked out from the outside. Somebody busted the window from the inside of the car outside to make it look like it had been maliciously broken. And Brittany had a paid actor or a random civilian that she had flagged down and said, oh, my man hit me and broke my face and tried to kill me and and pushed me down the overpass and this and that. That's not true. And the overpass thing isn't either. Multiple hours before everything that just happened I told you, I tried to walk away from the state park and Brittany chased me. I had gotten up to the overpass and was almost gone. She begged and begged and begged and started pulling on my shirt Please don't leave. And she slipped. And she scraped her knee and her elbows. She didn't fall all the way down. I helped pick her up. I listened to her and felt that, and we went back to the tent. See what I'm saying? She entrapped me. I had tried to leave multiple times. This person cut up her own ultrasound picture of her only son, cut the time and date off of it, and tried to say she was pregnant with my child to entrap me into a situation where I couldn't get away and was going to be killed because my brother was involved. My brother was sleeping in the crawl space. My brother's been every step behind me every step of the way, and I've kept track of it. And I left his dirty drug paraphernalia with his DNA in the garbage for her neighbor, the agent, Richard Magda, the landlord, to find and collect and get. Now, I was just served a freaking injunction like I'm the danger when 3 days ago I've tried 4 times and made 3 reports, and I kept getting it kicked back, and I had to force it down their throat and go hand in data. This is what I get for handing in her and her father and her crooked FBI agent neighbor for premeditated attempted murder, for luring me up to Virginia in the first place. The push over the rock wall, that's attempted murder, dude. That could have killed me. Broken neck. Almost, but it didn't. I got a traumatic, permanent brain injury that's progressive, but it didn't kill me. Anyhow. So, I think it's ridiculous, and I just want everybody to know how foul the law can be. Tracked me down at my work. I asked the officer, how'd you find me at my work? Why would you come? How would you even know where to find me at my work when I'm at work? And so I needed to make this documentation because that proves that my phone has been hacked. For three days now, I've been looking over my shoulder after I received a phone call and was threatened right there by one of the homeless guys that have been following me all year, Sean, that's already had an altercation with me once, told me they're going to kill you and me if blah, 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 blah. And he's all twacked out right there. I reported it. Because I got a phone call that said, hey, you got a hit on your head. And it was in a monotoned voice. Yeah, synthesized voice. I've already made my reports 3 and 4 and 5 days ago on the 10th. And this is what I get. They show up and try to put a restraining order on me, and I'm afraid that there is going to be doctored and forged text messages and or records, just like there was in Ohio. Because I went trying to get my records right away when I suspected any kind of crime and at the point of a crime being committed and a crime scene. And I went and requested my records, and somebody got to my little Mexican buddy down there at T-Mobile because he was scared to death and refused to give me my records. Anyhow, just like that, you're going to come... She broke her restraining order for 7 years, and it was very hard to prove, but I can prove it. And then pop back up after 7 years and tried to call me out and call me a liar and slander my name again online, openly, and then open her own channel and try to gather fans and monetize on a fabricated story, false and fabricated evidence, and false and fabricated facts and charges. The paperwork does not match, and the story has holes in it, and I have conflicting evidence from every step of the way, from how I met you on Plenty of Fish when my phone was hacked and we were introduced online, all the way to you doing the same thing before you and your dad and your FBI crooked agent neighbor went to my lawyer Spencer Cross and made him drop me and tried to tell him to drop me because he called me and told me it's gotten too complicated. I have to just, we've spent too much time on it. I have to let you go. I'm not qualified anymore. Bullshit. That's illegal, by the way. You can't do that. You can be sued for that. That man was scared. He handed me the proof. He showed me Brittany catfishing me, breaking her own restraining order, proving she was talking to me, pretending to be somebody else. This person has gang stalked me and stalked me online for multiple years, and I can prove every instance of it if somebody will just listen to me. How would anybody know where I work? She went to a court in Virginia, and then her and her FBI agent neighbor and her dad's friend, which they're friends, they're neighbors, got the sheriff's department who's kicked my case back and out of their office twice in the last fucking week, and TPD twice too. But I've reported 3 sexual reports. I keep kicking it back with the evidence, and even took a USB stick down there. And it's like, you guys better listen to me because my life's in danger. the same thing's happening again. Shit, dude, I think that the lady I work for here at the Circle K she looks a lot like Brittany, bro. And she lives out 20, and you know what? They could be related, and I'd never know it. Miss Julie's been robbed 3 times. What if an FBI agent made her say, you know what I'm saying? Try to set me up for murder, and I'm gonna get murdered at work. It looked like a robbery and it covered up or something, man. I'm a damn good little PI and a good cybersecurity agent. And you know what, man? I went and signed up today. This is a raw, real move, dude. And I'm sure my vehicle has a GPS on it. I'm sure it's got listening devices on it, and my phone is hacked and shit too. Just like my grandma told me and her right before she died, bro. Because how else are you knowing that I went and applied to get my badge today and joined school at TSC, Tallahassee State? How else would you know that? How else would you know I'm at the Circle K and where to find me? Unless you're stalking me and you see the one picture I put of myself, which I used for bait, of me starting work or at work. How would you know if you weren't stalking me?